anybody know anything about a possum, is that a possum, I mean, you can like kick him and he'll just make that face at you and then hiss and you kick him again. Okay, one more time and then you kick him again. And see what happened is Mike started his first game against us in 1978 Dodger Stadium. So see, he was doing a heck of a job running that ball in on us, especially right-handed hitters. Me and Pedro Guerrero and all the right-handed hitters, Lopes and Russell and Say and Garvey, and I mean he had a hard one, and so then I think he broke a couple bats, and then the second or third time around he decided he's gonna come in even more. So you know I took exception to that, and he said I gave him that look that I give people sometimes. My son, he doesn't call it the possum look, but that look like one more time I'll kick your butt. And Mike didn't really care, to tell you the truth. And then you know that one more time, yeah. So you tell the catcher, hey man, you tell him that if he hits me, man, me and you gonna have it out. Now, if you can bluff him, the next one should be on the outside. Can't bluff him, he gonna run it right back in right there. Like, okay, I told you one more time. And that's where the possum thing comes in. He said I look like a big possum.
And he puffed up, man, that ball.
Hey, man! What you doing? You better throw that ball out.
And it came out about, what was it, 20 years, 15 years
20 years later. Because we were sitting on the bench and we were talking. And you know, sometimes you think you killed everybody as a hitter. So you hear hitters all the time. Oh, I killed that guy. Oh, I killed him too. Oh, that guy couldn't get me out for nothing. So Mike went to the book on me. This so happened, I think I hit like 230.
Oh, by the way, sir, would you like to look at this?
He told me, he says,
238.
230. How you know? How come what 239 or 230, 240?
Somewhere in there. It's below 240, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's where it came from. Yeah, I tell you, see, I had a good time with Mike. I mean, I had a good time playing with Mike, playing against Mike, because it was fun. It was always fun, you know what I mean? And, you know, and some of the wives, you know, my wife now, Mike used to give her hell. He used to give her holy hell. She said, oh, Lord, here comes LaCoss. And LaCoss was like, hey, Miss Baker, how you doing? It was always fun. I mean, and see, you know, when you play baseball, I can't name a handful of guys that were bad guys. Most of the guys are pretty good guys. All the guys are different. I mean, everybody was different. Everybody's from a different walk of life. Everybody's from a different time zone, different town, different area.
Country,
region, religion, everything. And, you know, that's the beauty of baseball is when we get on that baseball field, man, all that goes out the window. The only thing that matters is if I can beat you or you can try to beat me.
So how's it been? How's the managing thing been? I mean,
it's been up and down. I mean, it's been up and down because managing's. I mean, when it's good, it's good. I mean, the time I love the best about managing is once the national anthem is sung. Once the national anthem is sung, it's the same game. I don't care where you play. The thing that's gotten a little tough to take sometimes is what happens before and after the game. The things you have to say, the things you might have to agree with, and some of the things that you disagree with. But it was a lot easier as a player because I could have a direct influence in the outcome of the ball game. As a manager, I'm judged on how the players perform. But I tell you, it's still fun to me. I mean, I love preparing guys. I love seeing guys, you know, successful. The hard part is when you see a guy go from with a boyfriend, girlfriend relationship to married, to kids, to divorce, to remarried, to divorce, to even others that, you know, that die. I mean, you feel like you're losing kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
I had 5 teammates pass away in 1 year.
I'm telling you, man.
In 1 year.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, you're aware of your morality.
Yeah, exactly.
So tomorrow, you go on.
Yeah, that's the truth, man.
So that's why we're trying to capture this stuff here.
Right. You know, and you know, time passes so quickly, and I tell the guys, hey man, I mean, in my mind, I just played yesterday, the day before. I know I didn't, but it doesn't seem like I'm 62 years old. You know what I mean?
I told you look great for 82. I mean, 62.
Thank you.
You betcha.
I mean, I've been a non-player, you know, for double the time I quit playing. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
man?
You know,
I mean, that's ooh wee. I mean, that's
it's
that's
moving away from me too there, young man.
yeah, exactly. So, but the thing about it is, you know, like you have a lot of memories. You try to take care of your families, try to take care of your kids, and this is what I, you know, feel most proud about when I see my players doing well, or when a player comes up to me and I remember one player says, "Hey, babe, do you remember? You know, thanks what you've done. You see my house." He says, "Man, you know, you helped me get this," or, you know, my kids in school, and you know, thanks that you helped.
Yeah.
This or that, and you know, this is
You know, you kind of get stereotyped too as this player's manager, but there's a lot more to it. You're a dad, you're a brother, you're an uncle, you're
Yeah.
a psychologist.
Yeah.
You're.
well, the best managers I had were
everything.
managers like that.
Well, yeah.
You know, I mean, some guys don't care, but like I said, I'm responsible. I'm oldest of 5. You heard my story earlier.
Sure.
And the thing that I've learned as a manager, basically, Mike, is I've learned from some managers on how to be, and I learned from a couple managers on how not to be, which to me is equally as important on how not to be as it is how to be. And you know, because there's some guys, man, that dog me, and I'll never forget it. And I always said, man, if I'm in this position, I will never do this to you know, a person or a player. And some of them didn't show any remorse about it. And you know, I want to win as bad as anybody. You know how competitive I am. But at the expense of everything, it's not. I mean, that's not right. And my dad passed a couple years ago, and I remember last thing he told me, basically, and same thing he told me most of my life, is son, when in doubt, try to do the right thing. And if I try to do the right thing, man, then most of the time, you know, it's gonna be right. It's gonna work out right. So I don't. You know, you think about it, but I remember one time Reggie Smith told me, he was a player. He says, "Don't think about the end, 'cause it's gonna get there soon enough." And so, and I remember I was in the duck blind with George Seifert, and a couple of years ago when George quit, you know, coaching at Carolina, and he told me that he might have called it a couple of years too soon. And he says, "Don't shortchange yourself." So he told me.
No.
And you know, some of the guys that have really helped me, you know, to continue on, or guys, my mentors were number 1 and 2 were Bill Walsh, that I used to talk to all the time before he passed, and Al Atlas, who I still talk to, the Golden State Warriors. And as long as I'm enjoying it, and as long as my son, you know, doesn't mind me being away from home too much.
That was my next question, because he's going to be in high school here.
I know,
pretty
he's
soon.
12 years old, and then you just start thinking about things. But the thing about it is, you know, it's hard to have carte blanche at the stadium, like enjoy that he enjoys.
Oh, sure.
You know, and eventually someday, yeah, I'd like to get closer, you know, closer to home.
Yeah.
But number one thing I want to do right now is I want to win. That's the only thing that's missing in my life. The only thing I've missed in my life, basically, is like the love of grandparents, because they died before I was born. Being a big man on college campus somewhere.
College campus.
Yeah, you know, like, yeah, it's been great, man. You know, have football uniform on or basketball or something.
Now I'll take a break.
Wait a minute, one more thing.
Oh, one more.
Championship.
Yeah,
And that's it.
yeah.